In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, "When certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable buildups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind."
Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Mr. President, do you consider all Trump supporters to be a threat to the country?
You can't make that case. I don't consider any Trump supporter to be a threat to the country.
Welcome back to the Angry American, everyone. Old backpedaling Biden is at it again. This man knows damn well that what he was doing was, it's an old trick. What you do is you say something bad about somebody, and then they have to prove they're innocent because everybody, now there's a stigma about them. So you say, so-and-so is a murderer, or you think he killed his girlfriend, or whatever the story is. Because his girlfriend disappeared. You say, oh man, he killed her. Everybody going to be looking at him like a murderer, even though he had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Do you get it? It's a stigma. It's like the man said in the black and white clip. You say it enough, you have the media prop it up, and then it becomes fact in the public conscious, at least the lefty extremist or Democrat. They don't have to be extremists. They're all morons, okay? These Democrats are morons. I'm sorry if you don't like what I'm saying. If you're a Democrat, you're a moron. Because if you can back these idiots, these backpedaling monkeys, man, you are a true dipshit. Anyway, guys, moving on. Look, in the beginning of the video, you saw Joe Biden explicitly call half of the country a threat to democracy. Threat to democracy. They love using that word, democracy. And then today he's backpedaling. I mean, that's all this man does. He says dumb shit on purpose. This isn't on accident, folks. You think that he was just on like he was off the chain and he was speaking off the cuff. This man wasn't speaking off the cuff. That is the narrative. They want that to be said on national TV so that they can rally idiots against Trump supporters. And he's trying to say he's not talking about Trump supporters. How can you say that you're not talking about the average Trump supporter when you say that Trump is an evil, psycho? But the people that support Trump, I mean, how do you support somebody without agreeing with what they're doing? So the whole thing's stupid. The whole thing's dumb. Everything he says is dumb. The narrative is dumb. And he's backpedaling, and it's not working. Joe, you said it. You meant it. It was on purpose. You're trying to stigmatize an entire huge group of the United States citizens and turn your rabid Antifa and protesting, marching, unfuckable ham beast against us. But we're not scared or anything, but it's just ridiculous that you would try to do this. And then in your next breath say, that's not what I said. That's definitely what you said. So anyway, we're going to watch this little clip. I'm over here on MSN. I usually don't get any news from these people, but I was having trouble finding this clip. They're kind of, it's a little bit buried. But anyway, and I'm going to interject on some of his points in his backpedaling, old backpedaling Joe. All right, Joe, let's hear it, big boy. I got to get my headphones on. Okay, let's go.
So very, very much. Thank you, Master.
Congratulations, everybody, and we're excited to work with you to make all of this a huge success. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thanks. All right.
Mr. President, do you consider all Trump supporters to be a threat to the country?
No, everyone.
Come on, look, guys. You keep trying to make that case. I don't consider any.
You hear that person saying, no, everyone, come on? They're trying to rush the reporters out of the room. If you've ever seen this footage where, and they rarely show it, but I've seen it and you can find it, where as soon as he's done talking, whatever's on the teleprompter is gone. And they start asking questions. Man, they're like, everybody out now. They don't want this man to answer questions from his own brain because it's potato mush. He's got mashed potatoes for brains. Anyway, moving on.
Anyone?
All Trump supporters to be a threat to the country?
No, everyone.
Come on, look, guys. You keep trying to make that case. I don't consider any Trump supporters. I do think anyone who calls for the use of violence fails to condemn violence when it's used.
Wow, it blows my mind. I mean, how dumb are the people on the left? How dumb are you? You guys didn't condemn violence for an entire year. You want to defund the police, BLM and Antifa running wild in the streets and burning shit down and tearing shit up, attacking the police, throwing Molotov cocktails at police. I mean, you allowed this lawlessness to go on. For example, Portland, I think they're still trying to burn that courthouse down in Portland. They've been trying to burn this down for 2 years. You guys are so full of it. Now you tell me who doesn't condemn violence, who these people actually encourage violence. And that's your side. That's the left. That's not us. It's so ridiculous. The doublespeak, the doublethink, the madness that goes on in these people's heads. And these lefties eat it up.
Refuse to acknowledge that an election has been won. Insists upon changing the way in which the rules you count votes.
I mean, he's hitting all the big ones. Refuses to acknowledge when an election's been won. I said it in my video yesterday. I can't even show this. But I had 12 minutes of every Democrat, liberal, lefty from the White House to Hollywood to the football field denying the election results from the 2016 election. I mean, just one after another. Hundreds. Of course, YouTube gave me a strike and pulled that video down because it doesn't fit their narrative. You can't put this information out there in the public space where a lefty might stumble on it, you know, and realize that that's all they did was deny election results in 2016. That's all they did, and they're still doing it today. Moving on.
That is a threat to democracy. Democracy.
Democracy.
Everything we stand for rests on the platform of democracy. When people voted for Donald Trump and support him now, they weren't voting for attacking the Capitol. They weren't voting for overruling the election. They were voting for a philosophy he put forward. So I am not talking about anything other than it is inappropriate, and it's not only happening here, but...
So what he's saying, in essence, is, oh, no, I'm not calling Trump supporters enemies of the state. But I am calling people who are calling us out on our BS or not going along with our extremist agendas, which is any self-respecting Republican, any self-respecting Trump supporter. So he is, in essence, he's saying he's not, but he is. He's saying he's not doing it, but he is doing it for these reasons. Double speak, folks.
Other parts of the world, President's failure to recognize and condemn violence whenever it's used for political purposes.
Talk about, I mean, you saw the clip. Talk about using political violence to further your agenda. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Failure to condemn the attempt to manipulate electoral outcomes.
I don't. That one's hilarious. I gotta move on. I can't even touch that one right now.
Failure to acknowledge when elections were won or lost.
Now they're like, Biden, get the hell out of here. You had a script, and now you're backpedaling. You did, the damage is done. You did your job. Please do not speak. Everybody out. Man, it's so ridiculous. The doublespeak, the Orwellian madness that is flowing from this administration. I don't. What can you say? Backpedaling Biden, who, in my opinion, like I said, I don't think he really backpedaled, because all of those things that he said, he's still calling. It's the pot calling the kettle black. Let's put it like that. That's what I said yesterday. That's what I'll say today. That's what I'll say tomorrow. They project whatever these idiots on the left are doing that is bad or immoral or bad, just bad for the nation. He says that's what MAGA Republicans are doing. Well, guess what, Joe? All of the Republicans, forget the 2 to 10, maybe 10 rhinos, whatever you got left. Maybe there's more, but it's not enough. Everybody is on the Trump train, and it's going to run over all of these idiots in November. And you're going to be in a little bit of trouble. It's going to run when the votes come out and all the Trump-backed folks win big. What are you going to do then, Joe? Because you know you're on your way out. You guys are all corrupt, and everybody knows it. On that note, not another penny to Ukraine. Not one more penny. You can't justify that with your BS. Nobody cares about Ukraine anymore. You ginned all these lefties up. Some of them were dumb enough to go over there and get themselves killed for a place that they didn't even know existed until you brought it up. I can't go down that road. That's another story. Anyway, guys, until next time. Backpedaling Biden. Gotta love him, right? Be aware of your surroundings at all times, folks. Remember to share, like, subscribe, comment. Make the angry American grow. Force our will. Enforce our will on YouTube and its algorithm. And whoever the hell his job it is to make sure that my shit does not get seen. I can look up, like the pedo Hitler thing. I put pedo Hitler in the name of my video. Initially, I didn't. Then I did. And today, I get on YouTube, search pedo Hitler, a bunch of channels that have none or, just a few subscribers come up, and Tim Pool comes up. That's it. Clearly, I have a video with that in the name, but it will not come up. And if they say there's no shadow ban or there's no fuckery at YouTube, they're lying. YouTube, you're lying. And there's not fair practices across all channels. And I'm not dumping on any of the bigger, Trump channels, or whatever you want to call them, MAGA channels. But I'll get a strike or the thumbnail pulled down or video pulled down, and it won't happen to the bigger channels. And I understand it's because they want to keep me small. These guys are already too big. They can't really, it's too obvious when they screw with them. But anyway, enough of that. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. Because backpedaling Biden might come shuffling back your way. And he smells like a dirty diaper. Peace. Peace out.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true and international effort to pressure. True and international effort to pressure.
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of Georgia, he is going to find our...
Thank you.
Got to make